I couldn't be more proud of ourselves. We know how to use width and height, and now both of our images are rendered exactly the same. However, there's a big issue. Even though we change the width and height, or even if we would do it in CSS, which again we'll learn later on, the browser is still rendering that massive image. And what happens is if you're going to have tons of massive images like this, then your user, whoever is going to be using or visiting your website, is going to experience very slow load times. And usually, what happens, the user is going to wait for 3 seconds and then it's just going to leave and find a different page. So even though we have here width of 259 and 194, what we're actually rendering is still this guy with 1,668. And there's multiple things that we can do. In general, we would use some kind of application, whether that would be Photoshop or something like that, or there is maybe a quick way, meaning obviously it's not the best one, but let's say as we're working just with HTML and CSS, and we just want to quickly crop the image, we can use the actual Mac. Now, if you're using different operating system, you would have to research it, how it's done on, let's say, Windows, but on the Mac, it would be kind of simple. We're just gonna look for what image we would like to crop. And as you notice, once I right click it, I have an option of open with. And once I navigate to the preview, I'm going to be given options. Now within the options, I'm going to be looking for tools. And with the tools, we can just adjust the size. So this is the tab that we're going to be looking for. Now, the moment I'm going to click on it, notice here I can change the actual dimensions of the image. Now here on the right side, you might be having different one. Let's say you might have percent or inches. I would suggest going for the pixels. And then if you have over here this lock, that means that if I'm going to change the width, the height is going to change automatically. So if I'm going to write 100, notice this is going to give me 67. Now, once you click on a lock, now you can change both of them. So in this case, maybe I can say that the height is still going to be 1,000, but the width is going to be 100. Now, again, this is really up to you, however you would like to do it. In this case, it doesn't really matter again. Let's say that I'm going to go with, again, 259, but I believe, right? And let me log this. And notice I messed it up a little bit, sorry. 259, and this is going to give me 173. So I can just click on OK. Now this is going to quickly crop my image. And again, this is probably something you would do in production, but in general, just for projects, whatever we're going to be doing, this is going to be good enough where you don't need to learn how you can start using the actual Photoshop. Now I'm going to head over back to our project. Notice again, we have 259 by 173 instead of 1,000. And I can also get rid of maybe these guys. Again, it was a good thing to learn. It was beneficial for us. But in order to save our user a trip to a kitchen, let's say to make a coffee while our page loads, we can obviously just crop them images. And that way everything looks much nicer and also performs much nicer.